Welcome to the Record Omnia, where we're going to attempt to record everything. Well, everything we deem strange, interesting, creepy, paranormal, or otherwise spooky in some way. I'm Albert.
And I'm Halen. In 1997, the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the NOAA, detected an ultra-low frequency and extremely powerful underwater sound via a series of hydrophones. Nobody knows for certain what has caused the sounds, but whatever it is, scientists are sure it is not man-made. This sound was dubbed the Bloop.
While there have been plenty of fiction writers who capitalize on this strange occurrence, citing it as evidence for things like underwater civilizations and mermaids, which are fiction, by the way, this is a real thing that has scientific credibility. This sound was recorded simultaneously at two different locations. Here it is, sped up to 16 times its original speed so as to be audible by humans.
While it may not sound like much, keep in mind that this sound was so massive it could be heard at locations 3,000 miles apart. And that's 4,800 kilometers for those who use that system.
Because of this, the location of the source of the bloop has been triangulated to be in the South Pacific Ocean, off the South American coast.
When the sounds were revealed publicly, theorists caught on that the NOAA's pinpointed source of the bloop was only about 650 miles away from H.P. Lovecraft's city of R'lyeh, the resting place of Cthulhu, which is one hell of a coincidence, since it was written in the early 1900s. But no humongous horror terror has arisen from the Pacific depths to end us all, now have they? Scientists have speculated that the sounds come from icequakes in giant icebergs, but Dr. Christopher Fox of the NOAA, who originally proposed the idea, has since redacted. He once again thinks it was some sort of unknown organism, and to quote weekandweird.com, I mean, come on, does this sound like an iceberg to you? And are we really gonna let them spoil our mystery-loving fun like that?
Although, if there is an underwater civilization of some sort, it would make sense for it to be in the largest ocean on Earth, where it could have stayed hidden from the prying eyes of humans for all this time. Plus, isn't it true that we humans have only explored about 10% of the ocean? Who's to say that the other 90% isn't rife with Lovecraftian horrors?
Well, not exactly. Ever since the late 1930s, we've been recording sonar profiles of the ocean bottom, so much so that nearly 100% of the ocean bottom has been scanned, including that under the northern ice cap. So, sorry conspiracy theorists, this one's gonna be a tough nut to crack.
Wired.co.uk spoke to the NOAA and Oregon State University seismologist Robert Zyak via email to check it out. He confirmed that the bloop was an icequake and that the giant animal theory was more fantastical hope than science, and that they, realistically, have always thought it was an icequake. Zyak explained to them that the NOAA's findings, confirmed frequency and time duration characteristics of the bloop signal are consistent and essentially identical to that of an icequake that they've recorded off Antarctica. He explained, "We began an acoustic survey of the Bransfield Strait and Drake Passage in 2005, which lasted until 2010. It was in analysis of this recent acoustic data that it became clear that the sounds of ice breaking up and cracking is a dominant source of natural sound in the Southern Ocean. Each year there are tens of thousands of what we call icequakes created by the cracking and melting of sea ice and ice calving off glaciers into the ocean. And these signals are very similar in character to the bloop, which makes it extremely unlikely, quote, that the sound is animal in origin." He did point out that animal hypothesis was never quite serious. He said, "What has led to a lot of the misconceptions of the animal origin sound of the bloop is how the sound is played back. Typically, it's played back at 16 times normal speed, like we just did for you earlier in this video, which makes it sound like an animal vocalization of some sort. However, when the sound is played in real time, it has qualities to it more of a quake, similar to thunder."
So what do you believe? Was it an icequake, or is that a cover-up for a ginormous tentacle-faced monster? No one can truly know.
But until next time, keep believing.
Or don't.